Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Let's continue our virtual agro-technology extension 2021. And we had listened to the seed technology, climate control technology, biological control, greenhouse design. And one of the most important element in any industry to grow is the human talent, is the knowledge. Without knowledge, without the mindset changes, without the soft skills, it is quite tough for you to move forward in life. So Department of Agriculture, they saw it, the importance of hands-on skill. And today we are very fortunate to have one of the founder of World Horti Center, the founders together with us, the Lentiz group, education group with us. And the next speaker is going to take you on the journey to share with you how important is the skill, hands-on skill. And let me read a little bit about the speaker for the next session. He is Dr. Oscar Niezen, a representative in East and Southeast Asia. Dr. Oscar Niezen has been active in Asian horticulture since 1994. His first business activities in Malaysia and neighboring countries took place in 1990s. Not now, ladies and gentlemen, 1990s. From 2011 to 2014, he worked in Beijing, China, as general manager of the Asia office of Priva Group, a world leader in greenhouse automation and water fertilizing units for greenhouse production, and full P&L responsibility for China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Japan, South Korea, Mongolia, and all Asian countries of Southeast Asia. At this moment, Mr. Niezen is General Representative in Asia for Lentiz Education Group, which plays an important part in development of modern horticulture in Asia. In cooperation with Lentiz and with expert companies and institutions from Europe, the Netherlands, and Asia, Mr. Niezen has been and remains involved in greenhouse project studies, design and business plans, selection of constructors and suppliers, project progress supervision, training programs for modern greenhouse operators, Lentiz, advice and assistance in marketing, branding and distribution of fresh greenhouse produce adjusted to Asian market and conditions, interim management of establishments in Asia of Dutch horticultural supply and trading companies. Ladies and gentlemen, his topic today, the importance of hands-on skills, training and education in developing modern horticulture production, examples from Asia. Let's welcome Dr. Oscar Niezen to take on Malaysian Department of Agriculture's agro-technology virtual session. Hi, Doctor, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me too? Thank you very much.
Doctor, you look so great, so effulgent, so lively. Malaysians are waiting to hear from you. Please take on. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Ravi, moderator. An excellent introduction, both with your kind words about myself and also a good introduction to Lentiz Education Group. So, yeah, without further ado, let me get started with my first slide that you can see now. Firstly, of course, a short introduction to Lentiz Group. It is a group of vocational colleges. So that is what we call the middle level. So, and I'll explain that more in a few minutes, with very strong position in horticulture. We are active in many countries, and Asia is a special focal point. You will see later, we have done already many training programs for two categories, that is students, from anything from colleges to universities, but especially also managers, operators of new projects. And we do those trainings in the Netherlands and on site in the country itself. Next, please. The need for Lentiz. I want to start highlighting this immediately because, as Mr. Ravi already pointed out, there is an enormous investment going on in modernization process, which is also very much needed. World growing population and modernization of horticulture to increase food production and food safety. But that is necessary. It has to become more sustainable, efficient, climate neutral, health oriented, and safe, not only for the people, but also for the soil, the water, and nature as a whole. And these investments in technology and innovation, they will of course realize a lot of changes, but you need people to operate it and manage it, this new agriculture. And traditional farmers do not have the skills and qualifications to do this. And that is where we come in with practical training for managers, operators of these new projects. Next, please. Now, modern greenhouse technology, you've seen a lot already, so I won't go into much detail. This is the future of horticulture. Actually, it's already the present. And just to inform you, these are 3 pictures not from the Netherlands, one from the US, one from South Korea, and one from Mexico. Next, please. Here again, you see all the equipment, hanging gutters, substrate growing, no longer in the soil, pollination by bumblebees, also killing of or reduction of pests by beneficial pests, as we explained with Koppert, IPM, and almost no use of harmful chemicals because the climate is controlled, the greenhouse is semi-closed, so you don't need all those poisonous chemicals. Next, please. This is the second part of the sheet that you've seen earlier. One more time, I like to stress it. Qualified people are needed to manage and operate this agriculture 2.0. And that is where we come in. Yeah, thank you. Well, so it's a group, as I said, of colleges, 14 at this moment, mostly active in horticulture and the food industry, but there's also some other programs like horse management, just to give you an example. But the emphasis with Lentiz is not so much on science as it is in the world famous University of Wageningen, but on practical skills. So growing, using modern technology and management. We have internationally certified courses, BTEC, already used in some industrial sectors in Malaysia as well. And we do cooperate with Wageningen University and other knowledge institutes, especially in developing new curricula, new programs. And in Asia, we are very active. And I'll just give an example about China. You see already a number of provinces there, Beijing, Jiangsu, Sichuan, Liaoning, Shandong, Shanxi, and Yunnan. In all these areas, we have done programs for both college and university students and operators of new projects. Next, please. And these are, once again, the 2 target groups. One is colleges and other educational institutions, especially for the BTEC program. I'll get a little bit more about that in a minute. And the second, what we call green investors. You see it all over the world, big real estate companies, financial institutions, conglomerates like Mitsubishi and Hyundai from Korea. They're all investing in agriculture now, but obviously they need the people to operate it and handle it. Next, please. This is, one more time, the poster about, you see a lot of flags there. And probably not every country we have been present, but many of them we do. Next, please. And here again, you see, of course, there are actually 3 main sectors in horticulture: glasshouse crops, vegetables, flowers, and soft fruits, like strawberries. And on the right-hand side, you see flowers, the famous national flower of Holland, the tulip. But it includes not only growing for the market, but also landscaping and agritourism, flower tourist parks. Very promising sector also in Asia. Next, please. BTEC, yeah. What is it? It is a special qualification. It originates in the UK, in England, and it is a quality control system for vocational education. So it has a practical approach to learning based on a basic theory, and you cannot do any practice without theory, but the theory is a small part of the program because it's hands-on training, and these diplomas are recognized by schools and universities and employers in almost every country, more than 125 countries. Next, please. And Lentiz is the only institution in the Netherlands that has this BTEC license, or how you call it, or qualification in horticulture. And the special focus is greenhouse production, fruits, vegetables, cut flowers and pot plants, and also landscaping and gardening for real estate projects and the eco-city development, a very hot topic at the moment, as I'm sure you are aware. And we are situated in the World Horti Center in the Westland regions. This is the largest and most innovative advanced horticultural region in the world. Glass houses, modern greenhouses. And Lentiz is also one of the founders, and its main college is located in this World Horti Center. Next, please. Here, another image of the Westland. You see the flower auction, you see the city of glass. It's alongside when the sun shines in a specific way. It seems this area is the second thing, apart from the Great Wall of China, the second man-made thing you can see from the moon, because the sea reflects on the glass, and it is very different from the sea. So that's what they say. Next, please. Yeah, a little example. I won't mention all the details, but you can see the BTEC courses. They are modular, and each module gives a number of credit points. And you can only get the points when the students, when they finish the assignments, and they have to show their skills and knowledge. So they get, of course, theoretical learning materials, but they also have to do practical report on their practical training. And in this way, you see which one, the one we do is with 120 credits. So that stands for 720 learning hours for the students, or the trainees. Next, please. Yeah, this is a bit small. I hope you can read it, but this is just an example of a curriculum. I won't mention all of them. The basic thing is there's a number of mandatory subjects in each training, basic, plant science, etc. And then there's a larger number of topics that can be chosen. So, for example, extra effort on vegetables, or extra effort on flowers, or extra effort on integrated pest management, and so on. The next, please. Now, since 2011, we have been, this is just for the last decade, doing a lot of international projects in, among other countries, China, Japan, and South Korea. Then the ASEAN countries, especially Vietnam and Indonesia, and we're now hoping to develop, looking very promising, project also in Malaysia. The Middle East, we have a big project running in Jordan, which is also linked to the northern area of Iraq, so-called Kurdistan, and also the United Arab Emirates and Oman. And we have done some projects in India, and we're currently developing new projects also in South Africa. My colleague is there at this moment. Next, please. So here you see the class. This is a college. You see they're young people. They are third-year students at a vocational college for agriculture in Suzhou, and that's in China, about 25 minutes by high-speed train from Shanghai. And I was also involved in this training. And normally I'm not a trainer myself, but I did one of the modules of 2 weeks there. So they're all my friends. Next, please. Here, use the theory in practice. And one other thing I like to underline is that the students who have done these courses, they are very much in demand by employers. They go back to, in this case, China, but Malaysia would be the same. And then companies, also establishments of Dutch companies, like Rijkswaan and Priva and all companies like that, they are interested in these students because they're always looking for new people. Next, please. And that is what I was just saying already, the career opportunities. These are recent examples from China. So job opportunities at companies like project developers, as an example, and that is also a seed, Chinese seed company, Zhongdu Seeds, but also the leading Dutch international companies like Dumen Orange. I actually got 2 people from the BTech courses a job there, Chinese students. Rijkswaan is another example. We have very good contact with Rijkswaan in the Netherlands. And as you know, as Mr. Friso has told you, they are really all over the world. And also companies like Priva. And another opportunity is that in certain universities, not all universities, but in certain universities, they acknowledge the BTech program. So then after finishing this course, which all in all, altogether will take about 1 educational year, 9 months, they can enroll in the bachelor program in the 2nd year. So they can skip the 1st year. Not in Wageningen, but in many other universities, they work like this. Next, please. This is just an example, a bit in bigger, easier print. Like I explained, the mandatory program parts of the program and the optional parts. And as long as you get to the 30 credits, this is a short one. Of course, as I explained, for the real diploma, you need the 120 credits. So you just choose out of a big list. Together, we make a program. So, well, here you see once again the scenes from practical experience. They are doing first 6 weeks, 3 blocks of 2 weeks at their own school in the country, in this case China, and then they finish all the assignments and they're allowed to go for sorry, for 3 months to the Netherlands, and that's a full-time program in association with partner companies, the famous golden triangle we have in Holland: government, educational institutions, and commercial companies, all working together in innovation and in development of skills. So companies like the 120 members of the World Horti Center, including Priva, including Rijkswaan, including Koppert, they all join, and they also do short traineeships at growers, at commercial growers. So they really learn how to plant a tomato and cut the leaf, take care of the crop every day. So yeah, that is what they do then is to finish my presentation. They go to the Netherlands. Now you see 3 elements already here in typically Dutch: the water, the canal on the right-hand side, a windmill, traditional Dutch windmill, and of course a bicycle. We are a flat country, so we all use bicycles for transportation, and that is the student having a good time and learning a lot in the Netherlands. So that's my email address. I'm still back now in Holland, but a representative for Asia, and I hope to be back soon so I can meet all of you in person and see what we can do further for developing Malaysian horticulture, food production, and food safety. So, thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much to you. And we Malaysians, we feel honored to have Lentiz present in Malaysia. And just for the benefit of the younger generation who is embarking on technology, embarking on new innovative approaches to actually bring the glory of Malaysia's tropical fruits and vegetables to the global market. Doctor, what Lentiz can offer in terms of, you have your presence in Asia for many years. Can maybe in a very brief moment you can explain what are the things actually Lentiz Education Group can offer to our fellow Malaysians? Yes, Doctor.
Yes, thank you very much. Well, as you have heard in my presentation, we have very practical training programs. I mentioned the 2 categories that we focus on mostly. That is students from colleges and universities on the one hand, and investors who are setting up or already have developed a project but need more training of the staff. And I like to add with this that for Malaysia, it varies a bit per country, but for Malaysia, I see also very good opportunities in the educational side to do the so-called train the trainers programs. So in which actually, teachers or how do you call it? Yeah, teachers in colleges and sometimes even in universities as well, get a specific training that can be partly online, partly on site in Malaysia, because it's always best to do the practical training in the conditions that are the local situation. Because what we notice is that in general, it was also confirmed recently again by a university professor from Korea, that the students, even in universities, they are very good at theoretical knowledge. So from a book, you ask them, how does photosynthesis, how does a plant develop itself? They know all that. But the practical side, that is often a bottleneck. So do it hands-on and learn how it works and what practical problems you also face and how to solve that with modern technology. So that is what we do. That's what we have to offer.
Amazing, yeah, Lentiz. One big thanks to the founder of Lentiz, who saw this as far-sightedness to see how all the knowledge can be structured in a nice way. And I believe with Lentiz, vast experience and also part of the World Horti Center.
Yeah.
Malaysia, yeah, go ahead, Doctor, please.
And also, I don't think I mentioned yet, but it's good to know that Lentiz is also actually a government organization. It's part of the national education system of the Netherlands. So we are not a commercial company or consultants. Of course, every cost has to be covered. We cannot use government money that is meant for Dutch students to go to abroad. But the international department is very big, but it is still, let's say, part and therefore also validated and acknowledged by the government educational system. Yeah.
Wow. You see how we can match each other, Malaysia and Netherlands. Netherlands is small, Malaysia is also small in size. And Netherlands can become one of the most successful exporter in the world. And we are having a good relationship with the Netherlands government. And thanks again, once again, from our heart of Malaysian to Dr. Oscar for sharing a wonderful session. And dear viewers, please visit the booth of Lentiz. And I believe Dr. Oscar, when you go into the meeting room later, please find out more. And Dr. Oscar, once again, from the Department of Agriculture Malaysia and also Ministry of Agriculture, and on behalf of all the Malaysians, we would like to thank you again for your precious moment being with us. Thank you and wish you all the best. See you soon in Malaysia. See you soon in Malaysia.
For sure.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
For the viewers, we are going to the next session. And stay tuned. We are in Virtual Agro Technology Extension 2021, organized by Department of Agriculture Malaysia. Stay tuned. The next technology is from South Korea. Let's listen. Stay tuned. See you in a short while.